Welcome to the Becks, a podcast that explores multimedia horror with hosts Becky and Sydney. Join us as we talk about movies, books, video games, music, and much, much more.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks. We're talking about Scream 3.
I'm so glad I watched the right one. Just teasing.
That would have been fucked up.
It would have been really funny. I would have laughed super
been
hard.
Really funny. Because you would have talked about something and I'd be like, what? And then I would have talked about something and you would have been like,
what? Huh. I didn't see that in the movie.
Funny story. So my name is Sydney. I spell it differently. But I had a boyfriend named Billy. And when I made the connection, I was like, hey, you don't have a friend named Stu, do you? I just need to know for science. He didn't, by the way. It was fine. Anyway. So, yeah. What is it? Okay, so Becky came in hot. She's like, I have to address something about this movie right away.
Okay, so the movie starts with Cotton.
Yes.
Who was in prison for Sydney's mother's murder,
Yes.
if you know anything about the movies. Anyway, so he's a talk show host. He got out because he was proved innocent, blah, blah, blah. But he gets a call from Ghostface.
Yes.
First, he thinks it's another woman, and he's flirting with her because he's a dick.
Yeah.
So
he's
anyway,
kind of a douchebag.
He's driving home. Ghostface says, I'm looking at your girlfriend right now in the shower. So he freaks out and tries to get home. So she's in the shower. She gets out of the shower. She goes in the bedroom. She hears something, right? So she's like, hello, Cotton, are you there? And she dries off. Like, she drops her towel. But she dries off and she literally puts on a nightie, like a cute little negligee.
Negligee.
And the stereo turns on in the living room.
Uh-huh.
So she goes out to see what's going on.
Uh-huh.
And her feet and legs are dripping water.
Yeah.
Dripping water to the point where there's puddles. She dried the fuck off. I was like, no. I'm calling this right now. This is the opening scene.
I know, it's super dumb because they could have easily avoided this bitch if they had just had her hear the noise right away.
Exactly.
And not dried off.
Yeah. But no, she was dried off. She put on her little nightie that went right on. And if anybody knows anything about putting on clothes when you're wet, they don't just slide right on. They stick to you. It's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But she literally goes out to check the stereo and she's dripping puddles of water. And this is what ends up. She falls down when she's being chased by Ghostface, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's Schrodinger's, Chekhov's puddles.
Yes. I was just I'm like, oh, I am so talking about that when we
I know,
I was so mad.
I thought about that too when it started, and I was just like, okay.
I'm like, come on, guys, we're 3 movies in.
That
is totally a mess up.
The thing that does annoy me about this movie is it kind of has the same problem most horror movie sequels do, in that it's just trying to make money off of an established franchise.
Yeah.
So it doesn't try as hard to be smart, which is the hallmark of Scream movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people really liked Scream 2. You know, the critics and audiences. This one was not as well received.
Wonder why. Yep.
So it's... And again... It makes a point to be like, we're smart. We know tropes about horror movies. Like, they talk about it's meta commentary in the films. It's one of the things they're the most famous for. And what the first movie does so fucking well, I love that movie. Mm-hmm. You know, and they kind of, this movie's dumb.
And the voice changer too. That annoyed the hell out of me as well.
It's way too fancy.
Yeah. For what year was it? 2000 that this movie came out.
Yeah.
So literally the voice changer, he could just push a button and it would change it to whoever's voice he wanted to be.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, the only way I would have been okay with it was I was okay with him doing Maureen's voice because she was an actress.
Yes.
So, like, obviously they would have samples.
Yep.
Same thing with Cotton at the beginning. lots of samples. He's an actor. But when it comes to Sydney, no one has that much of her voice. Like, no, there's nothing. No, not at all.
It was super annoying. Anyway, so back to the plot. So Cotton gets to his house, apartment, whatever, and his girlfriend had hid because Ghostface was going to chop her to pieces.
Well, yeah, and the whole time Ghostface is sampling Cotton's voice, so she thinks that
It's
Cotton trying to kill her.
Yeah.
Which I did like, actually.
No, that was a good part. But then when he kept using the voice changer for other people, I'm like, okay. There's only so much you can do at that point with technology
Also,
and he was talking into it, like using his own words to change it. So that was just, to me, I'm like, the concept of it, yes.
And we get moments of like the original Ghostface voice, which is so iconic and good. Like I can picture how it's said perfectly. What's your favorite scary movie from the first one? Like, it's so good. And I found that I missed that in this movie because, I mean, they do use it. It's not completely gone, but they kind of lean into more of the, like, oh, it can just be anybody's voice. And kind of, it took an amount of suspension and disbelief that I feel the movie did not earn. I guess.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's the year 2000. It's not fucking a Star Trek episode, you know? So, like...
So, yeah. So, anyways, Cotton gets to the house.
And she swings at him.
And she swings at him when he goes in the bedroom. Because he sees that there's knife marks on the door. So, he knows. So, he's in there. But she thinks that he has lost his mind and is trying to kill her because Ghostface totally was acting like it was Cotton.
Yeah. And I totally... get why she didn't believe him, because I didn't believe him and I knew it wasn't him.
Right? Yeah. No. I mean, you wouldn't, because he literally chased her and used Cotton's voice, and yeah.
He just didn't do a good job.
And literally said he was going to gut her, so.
Yeah. And he didn't do a good job convincing her that it wasn't him.
No.
He wasn't trying very hard. He thought it was kind of funny, which I think is also weird, because you know that a psycho is in your house trying to kill your girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, stop being a dumbass.
Long story short, they're both dead.
Yeah, she slips on the water that was left earlier.
She gets stabbed.
Yeah.
Because he comes up behind her. Ghostface comes up behind her when Cotton's trying to convince her that it's not him. He's like, behind you. And yeah, bad. So she gets stabbed from behind. Classic Scream move.
Yeah. Knife
through the middle of the torso, but and then Cotton's dead.
Yeah, and then their house gets blown up. And there is a photo left at the scene of the crime.
Yes,
that implies that it's not only is it a copycat murder, but it has to do with Sidney Prescott. Because the whole reason why Ghostface called Cotton is because he thought that Cotton knew where Sidney was. Now, Sidney had gone into like a self-imposed isolation and literally must have legally changed her name because she was using a false name when she was doing her job.
Yeah.
And clearly Ghostface was looking for her. But who was it? Who was it behind the mask? Now, watching this movie, have you ever seen it before?
Yeah, years ago, obviously.
Did you remember who the killer was?
No. Totally forgot, because I kept thinking it was McDreamy. Or Mick whatever.
Who's the actor's name?
You know, I know this. Patrick Dempsey.
Yes.
I thought it was Patrick Dempsey. At first I was like, oh, yeah, it's the cop. And then I'm like, no, I think I'm remembering this wrong.
He's hot.
He is
He's
hot.
very hot.
I
in this
love
movie.
him in everything he's ever done. I seriously do. Like, back in the 80s when he was...
super yummy.
Yep. So, no, I didn't remember. Did you remember?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, what is this? Because I remember that it was retconned. So I knew that the whatever the twist was going to piss me off. In that, you know, Billy and Stu weren't the original masterminds. Because part of what was so chilling about the original movie was that it was just these two
They're
high school
friends.
boys.
Yeah. High school friends of theirs. It was Sydney's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
And then to have it kind of taken away, it was kind of like, oh, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I think they could have written this movie a lot smarter. Because I don't hate the idea of what it is. And we'll get into that shortly. But I think it could have been executed better.
I agree.
So, there's this, Cotton he was supposed to be in a cameo for Stab 3, The Return to Woodsboro, which is like the in-universe movies that they do about the original murders that Sydney was, you know, a victim of. And then cast members of Stab 3 also start getting killed. So it's...
And they get killed in the order that they die in Stab 3.
Yeah. Well, in the original movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, their characters, who the actors are playing, get killed in the order of the character that, you know, died. What do you think of David Arquette? Do you have an opinion on him?
I'm not a huge David Arquette fan.
Why?
I don't know.
Explain right now.
Oh, you love David Arquette.
Defend yourself.
I do think he is cheesy cute.
He is.
I guess I shouldn't say that I'm not a fan. Like, I don't look for things that, oh, David Arquette's in that, so that's what I want to watch. But I loved him in these movies. I did love him in Friends. Yes, he was on Friends because he was married to Courtney Cox.
Wait, they were really married?
They were really married. They have children.
Holy shit. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So he actually played, I think, Phoebe's love interest on, or somebody's. It wasn't hers, obviously. All the spouses were on there at one point in time.
No shit.
Yeah, Brad Pitt was on there, and it was funny. But no, I do like David Arquette. He's got this kind of childish, cute little, I don't know, innocence about him. But
yeah. This is the thing is, I don't think he's a very good actor.
He's not.
So, as much as I do love him, and I love him in these movies, especially like him with Neve Campbell in the same frame, I'm just like, dude, what are you doing here? Because Neve Campbell is so fucking good in these movies.
Yeah. But I wonder if that's how his character is supposed to be. I don't know. I've not really watched him in a lot of other things other than Friends.
So the only other movie that I can name off the top of my head is Eight-Legged Freaks.
I don't
And
think
that's
I've
also
ever watched
like
that whole thing.
It's like a horror comedy.
Yeah.
You know, so... And it's not that the Scream franchise isn't a straight horror movie. It has comedic elements to it. So I think that he fits.
Yeah.
But I was just curious. I know that they kill him later on in the franchise, which I think is bullshit. Fucking pisses me right off.
Yeah. Pretty much he's not been in... I mean, he's been in some other things. But pretty much Scream series is what he's been in. He was in Never Been Kissed.
That's wild. I wonder who he played in that.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, too.
Oh my god, who the fuck did he play in
I
that?
don't know.
I have to look right now.
Oh, he was in Happy Face Killer in 2014, too. Well, now I gotta look shit up.
Oh, oh my god, he plays Max's dad in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Really?
Sorry, that was one of the staples of my childhood. I fucking love that
I'm
movie.
sure. My kids watched it too, so I know.
Taylor Lautner.
I know.
He's such a bad boy.
Taylor Lautner before he was Jacob.
Yes.
And yeah, do you know how weird I felt when I was watching those movies? And I was like, man, he's hot. And then realized who he was. And I was like, oh, gross. Ew.
Okay,
child.
Becky. Okay, so anyway, Gale Weathers.
Yes.
She goes through some growth in this movie.
I hate her haircut.
Oh my god, her microbangs.
Oh, they were so bad.
That's the real horror of this movie. Courtney Cox's microbangs. That was crazy. When she first came on screen, I was like, holy.
I kept looking, and I'm like, wait, she's going to turn, and something's going to be different. Like, I thought, okay, maybe she had him just pulled all the way back. Nope. Microbangs. It was awful. Sorry, Courtney Cox. Bad.
I think okay. I'm trying to think of one example of somebody who has microbangs where it worked, and I am really struggling. It can work in this is the thing is I think of them as very edgy, so I think that you have to have also a mohawk at the same time somehow.
Why do you have a mohawk with microbangs?
Or a faux hawk.
I don't know. I don't think anybody should have microbangs. You can be edgy and crazy shit with your hair, but microbangs are just, I don't know.
So, interestingly, Sydney gets a call from Ghostface. And so she's kind of drawn into it, which sucks because she has a lot of trauma. You see her, she has crazy security on her house. So valid. So valid. Because if you didn't know, in Scream 2, fucking Billy's mom tried to kill her with a help of an accomplice. And that also was dumb as hell. But I think the second movie leaned into the absurdity of it a little bit more. It talks about how, it's a sequel, And what's crazy to me, okay, is that Sydney gets this phone call and is like, okay, I have to go to Hollywood. And confront? ? But the thing is I don't think that the killer would have come and got her. Based on the...
No, but he knew he could entice her out by starting to kill everybody, that would bring her out, I think. I don't think she's so much as when he made that phone call and said, oh, I found you, blah, blah, blah. I think she just was like, well, I'm up here all alone, or I can go there and be with people I know and try to stop this. She likes being in the center of the weird drama.
You think so? You think it's an ego thing?
I don't know.
Okay, Roman.
No, Roman is very much that way.
So,
no, I don't know why she went. I think maybe she just didn't want to be alone.
I could get that, but also, I will say one aspect I really do like about these movies is Sydney and Dewey's relationship. Mm-hmm. He's an older brother to her because of, her best friend who died in the first movie. That was her brother, Tate, right?
You can't ever expect me to remember.
It's Rose McGowan's character. It was her older brother. So, me personally, I would have been like, hey, Dewey, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to come stay with me for a little while. You can be my little bodyguard. We can lock up the house and watch romantic comedies or something, There's no way. So, when Gail shows up, she immediately is so shitty. She's just trying to get the scoop.
Yeah.
And which is...
She had broke up with Dewey.
Yeah.
So, bitch, who leaves him? He's so sweet.
I know.
But she wanted out. She didn't want to stay in that town. She needed to be bigger.
Yeah, which she succeeded in. But she's known as being... She's like the Joan Rivers of the Scream franchise.
Yeah, right.
People don't like her because she's so cutthroat and nasty and, does the speculative journalism that's not real journalism, just kind of talks shit and gets away with it with, technicalities or whatever. So she literally gets her purse that sticks a camera in it so she can try to go backstage. And she says that she's working with the police because the Patrick Dempsey came up to her and was like, hey, I think this, like, do you know who this is? Off the record. And it was Maureen Prescott. And so she is like, well, I'm working with the police now because they asked me.
Yeah, and she keeps saying it. I'm working with the police. I can do what I want.
Which no one believes. Nor should they.
No.
It's not true. She and, is it she and Dewey? Oh, no, it's she and the person who plays her in Stab 3. They find out that Maureen Prescott used to have a different name and that she was brutally assaulted on the set of one of her movies. Which, that's another thing that I wish they had done more of with this movie is, like, they almost get to a place where they really lean into the amount of predatory actions that happen against actors, specifically actresses, when they're trying to get... Like, 2 of the cast members of Stab 3 specifically mention that they slept with people to get roles. And so... And then, Carrie Fisher, she has a cameo, which is great.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god!
Which is great. But she says that, oh yeah, like she's pretending not to be Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
The joke is that she looks a lot like Carrie Fisher. And she says, no, Carrie Fisher slept with George Lucas to get the role, and that's why I lost it. You know, so they make that joke too. And then, okay, when I was researching this movie last night, this blew my fucking mind. Okay. One of the executive producers of Scream was Harvey Weinstein.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. And Rose McGowan, who was in Scream 1, came out against Harvey Weinstein specifically in, like, 2018.
Oh, boy.
And she had gotten a settlement from him when it had happened, when he had raped her, of, like, $100,000.
Crazy.
So it's like, you guys.
Yeah.
You could have really kind of leaned into that more. And that would have been good. Because, again, the whole first Scream movie was all about kind of poking fun at horror tropes and cliches or whatever. And then this one could have been the perfect critique for shit like that happening. Because, again, they talk about it a few times in the script.
Yeah.
So they could, you know, they could have done a little bit more with it.
But they didn't. They kind of just breezed over.
Yeah, they
fumbled.
They fumbled it a little bit. Which is so interesting, again, that they decide not to go into it more, because her being assaulted is a huge plot point, actually.
Well, do you think Weinstein really wanted to go into that more?
No.
Probably not.
You're right. I don't know if they just didn't have the balls, or, like, maybe the writer didn't think that he could get a greenlit with that much, or, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a shame. One by one, the cast members of Stab 3 are getting killed. They totally stop production of the movie, which pisses off the director. But I feel like, well, all of your actors are getting killed anyway. How are you gonna make a movie without them? Like, Roman is the director, and he's just a huge fucking asshole. Like, he's a big egotistical dick. And so you don't like him. You don't suspect him, though. I think this movie does a good job of hiding the fact that he is the villain. I would argue almost a little too well, because it does kind of come out of left field. I don't know. I'm not sure. Do you think they could have...
I don't know. I think maybe they wanted it to be a total surprise, like the first one was. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was weird how... Because everything, I think, directed you towards Patrick Dempsey's character. Because even in the one scene towards the end where they're at the house and she finds Dewey and Gail, tied up and whatever. And then she finds... And then the cop comes there and he's like, put the gun down, put the gun down, put the gun down.
Uh-huh.
But it was after she had shot Ghostface, and then Ghostface disappeared.
Yeah, it was like...
And then the cop just comes out of there.
Yeah.
So it totally set it up to look like it was him until Ghostface came out of, wherever he was at and attacked the cop.
Yeah.
But... And things that the police officer was saying, it kind of led it up to it. I think they wanted that surprise element that they had in the first one. But it was really thrown off, especially when she found the hidden room.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was so weird. She started moving books, and suddenly there was a hidden room behind the bookshelf.
The other thing I want to address that pissed me off was... So, Ghostface uses her voice, her mother's voice, to fuck with her. Which is cool. I like that in a fucked up way. It's interesting. But also, Sydney is, throughout the movie, having these fucked up hallucinations as well.
And they never explain the hallucinations.
They absolutely never do.
Yeah, I was a little frustrated with that too myself. I'm like, okay, wait, she's having these hallucinations. None of this is happening. Is she losing her mind? Like, is she schizophrenic? Does she need help? What is going on? Which, totally understandable with everything she's been through. I would imagine that can cause a psychotic break for sure. But no, they just...
And you think almost that the movie will address it, because at one point the cops do look for Ghostface that was chasing her. And they're like, well, there's nobody up here. There's no evidence of anybody up here.
Yeah.
And she's telling Dewey, like, I didn't imagine it. I swear, like, somebody was there. So it's like, oh, okay, they're actually going to, like, discredit her or do something like that. Which, to be fair to the narrative, they know that there is a Ghostface killer about. So why would they necessarily distrust that? However...
But she was seeing her mother at her house before she ever went to California.
Mm-hmm.
Like, freaking out, having these hallucinations of her mother and hearing her voice and seeing her, and then seeing Ghostface, like, appear, and he wasn't there.
Right.
So she was definitely having some kind of psychotic episodes, and they just, okay, whatever.
And it could have been...
It kind of throws me off. It's like...
Yeah, it could have, like, raised the scariness of it up a little bit more, because if she really was starting to completely question what was real and what wasn't, that could have been a near fatal mistake. Yeah. And that isn't something that really they do anything with. Mm-hmm. Which, again, is, I feel, a missed opportunity.
I think so.
Unless they were trying to subvert that kind of horror cliche of nobody believes women or whatever. But in that case, they needed to be more overt about the fact that they were subverting it. Like, haha, that's stupid. Which they also didn't do.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they were trying to do there.
Yeah.
It's like either lean into it fully or get rid of that subplot.
Yeah, because at first I thought, like, Ghostface was there causing all this, like, terrorizing her, you know? But then it was just showing that she was having these episodes.
Yeah.
So
it was, like, PTSD related.
Yeah, which is understandable, again, but they needed to, like, lead down, like, oh, Sid, you're having these, hallucinations? What's going on? Blah, blah, something. But that just, like, nobody even acknowledged it.
Yeah. Like, there wasn't even any good gaslighting from the villain or anything about it, So it's like, well, okay. That was pointless.
Yeah.
So when they go to the party for Roman, because it's his birthday, and Ghostface starts killing people, the cop gets his ass kicked, Dewey and Gail get tied up, Sydney shoots the fuck out of Ghostface, which was crazy.
Yeah, that was super... It's like, he made her, because he killed the other cop, the guard outside.
Yeah.
And he made her take his metal detector and run it up and down both legs and everything. Mm-hmm. And it went off, so she took out the gun, and he's like, show it to me. And then she threw it in the pool, like Ghostface told her.
Yeah.
Well, she was smart. She had 2 in there.
She did. Which also is wild to me. Why would you have 2? I mean, it works out,
Because she knew that there was going to be a metal detector.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry. In all my experiences with metal detectors, which admittedly are few, but if they find something, you take it off and they run it over that area again. So come on, be smarter.
Yeah.
So it's finally revealed. Anyway, Ghostface, when she shot the fuck out of him, he was wearing a bulletproof vest. But it's finally revealed that when they get
in the secret room.
Yeah, they get in the secret room. That it's Roman. It's been Roman the whole time. And he is Sydney's half-brother. And he was the product of the assault.
Yeah. But I don't know if he knew that he was a product of assault. So he went looking for his mother, thinking she was going to be all happy to see him. And she told him that her stage name, because that's who he was looking for, was dead and that he needed to leave, which that's a huge subject that I don't want to go into.
Well, that's the other thing is, like, again, the Harvey Weinstein thing and all that stuff. Like, this movie got, like, a resurgence in popularity in 2018 because of the Me Too movement. And people were like, look.
Yeah.
You know, like, look at what they talk about with, you know, the sexual favors and the assault and everything like that. And it's complicated.
It is. And being a rape victim and getting pregnant and having a child, there are many women out there that keep the child and love the child. But there are women who choose to, like she did in the movie, give the baby up, or those that choose to terminate. And I am 100% for whatever works for you.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to do. Because
I would be so scared of being reminded of the assault.
Yeah.
Because it's...
And I'm sure there are women that can look at their child and see nothing but love for that child.
Yeah.
But there are also women that have been through rape that if they looked at that child, that's what they would see.
Yeah.
And I think that child would pay for what they went through.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be the kid's fault, obviously, but...
Well, and Sydney calls him out on his bullshit, too.
Yeah.
She's like, you're a hypocrite.
Yep.
Like, you're a bitch and a hypocrite and you suck.
Because he's super jealous that Sydney had a life with their mother.
Yeah, and he's jealous of the fame and attention that she got.
From what he set up.
Yeah.
Because he went to Billy and showed Billy that his dad was having an affair with Sydney's mom.
Billy's dad was, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he started stalking her. And because she had extramarital relationships, shall we say. Which, you know, is another thing. Like, they kind of talk about, like, when they talk about this movie in regards to the Me Too movement, they talk about how there's a lot of victim blaming and stuff like that going on. Like, Maureen Prescott was obviously a very complicated woman. And I think it's interesting that they present these things the way that they do. Because, okay, Maureen was raped and killed, and that's why Sydney kind of has some trauma around sex and everything like that in the very first film. Mm-hmm. And then the more you learn about it, it's like, okay, so Cotton Weary was put away for it, even though he really didn't do it. And then in the second movie, you have Billy's mom coming back and trying to kill Sydney because she killed Billy. And then you have this movie where it was really Roman, and it's kind of just like this cycle that's perpetuated, all because of the fucking predatory nature of Hollywood.
Right?
And they don't lean into it, and it's frustrating. And again, I don't hate the idea of Roman trying to, like, being her half-sibling, and I don't hate the idea of him trying to kill her. My issue is the fact that he was behind everything in the first movie.
Yeah, took away from everything in the first movie to give him all that power. And
I don't think that was necessary. I think it would have been more interesting if he had shown the tape to Billy and Stu going crazy with it, killing her, doing the whole thing in the movie, and him being responsible for it but not involved.
Yeah.
And kind of that fucking with him because he hated his mom, right? But then also probably he should have been upset that she got murdered. Yeah. I think it could have, like, there could have been more complicated feelings there. And so when it finally gets to be like he has his break or whatever, and then he starts doing stuff in the third movie, like, it doesn't have to be that he was the mastermind all along. I think it's more interesting if he wasn't.
Agreed. I think so too. Because the first movie was perfect.
It's so good.
But yeah. And the only real emotion that he seemed to feel was jealousy. He was not a complex character.
No, not at all. He was very, like, smell my own farts type thing. Because he was going to try to fucking frame Sydney for the murders.
Yeah, so he could get the attention.
But she wasn't even in the area when all these people died. Like, she had a job. So her alibi easily could have been corroborated, even though she lives alone. Like, she clocked in, right? Like, it... And I
but under a different name. Ooh.
True. Still, I think it's kind of bullshit. Especially because Sydney was the victim twice. The original movie and in the sequel when she was in Ohio, for fuck's sake, you know? So it's like, okay, so you're really going to take this kind of media darling survival final girl, right? And you're going to try to turn public opinion against her?
Yeah.
His plan sucked.
Well, yeah, because he was only dealing on one emotion.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Yeah.
And when people are envious and jealous, they don't think straight.
Mm-mm.
You don't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dumb.
She kills him.
She does.
She stabs him. And one thing I will say that I did like, actually, was that they held hands when he died. I was like, okay, I like this moment. I think it was good acting between the two actors, Roman and Sydney's actors. And it's like that little shiny nugget of something that was really good and an overall pretty bad movie. I didn't hate this movie or anything. Like, I'm not like, wow, that's the worst movie I've ever seen. Mostly I'm just mad about the missed potential of it.
Yeah, there's a lot they could have done with it.
And this was supposed to be the final Scream movie, which
We're
we all
now
know.
7, right?
Yeah.
There's like 7. Is there a new one coming out?
I think they are making an 8th one. You should look that up.
I am looking that up right now.
It could have been them going out with a bang.
Oh, I guess Scream 7 is the new.
Oh, it is?
Scream 7, official trailer, 2026 movie.
Ah.
Neve Campbell is in it.
Well.
February 27th it will be released.
What do you know?
It will feature the return of Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott alongside other returning cast members and new faces.
Hopefully no more microbangs. Those don't need to come back.
Matthew Lillard's going to be in it.
Oh, you know what? I think I do remember hearing that.
He's gonna be Stu.
His head got crushed by a TV, though. Did it not? I feel like I remember that happening.
I thought he was really dead.
Maybe.
I know he was stabbed because Billy stabbed him, right?
Dude, that's one of my that's one of my favorite scenes. And I guess it was improvised by Matthew Lillard. It's when he's on the phone with Sydney. Mm-hmm. And he's like, did you really call the cops? And she's like, I sure did, you son of a bitch. And he's like, my parents are going to be so mad at me.
I know. I know.
Oh, it was so good.
I know.
Ah, that movie's so good. So what I'm saying is basically, you can skip watching this movie. You should just watch the original Scream. But this franchise could have gone out with a fucking bang. Like, if they had fucking pulled this movie off, holy shit, would have been legendary. I wonder if that's why they decided to do a Scream 4, is that this one didn't do as well as they wanted to. And no, the reason they did Scream 4 was because of money.
Oh, I'm sure. And yes, a TV did fall on his head.
Okay. So, are they...
Oh, apparently there's been ongoing fan speculation that he survived.
Okay, interesting.
Because he's had brief cameos in subsequent films. And a voice cameo in Scream 2022.
What?
And he is coming back. So I'm interested.
I do love Matthew Lillard.
I know. I want to go to the Comic-Con so bad in Detroit and meet him, but it's expensive to meet him. It's like $150 or something.
Not as bad as Mark Hamill.
No, that's insane. Yeah, there's like 3 of them I'd like to shake hands with and get pictures with. Matthew Lillard would definitely, I'd probably be fangirl stupid.
I know. I have heard he's so nice, too.
Oh, we should just go.
So, yeah, that's us discussing Scream 3.
Whoop, whoop.
I think we had some good conversations about this movie.
Make sure you dry off so you don't slip and fall in the water puddles after you're dry. Still confused.
Dude, I think if that happened, like I'm picturing in my head, I'm running through my house, I slip. Well, first of all, I'm not rich enough to have like wood floors, so it wouldn't happen anyway.
I will tell you a story about slipping on wood floors in a second.
But if I was running from a killer and I slipped on water, that it's my fault that it's there, I would just lay there. I'd be like, all right.
So my mom had heart issues. It was midnight. We literally lived right around the corner. Like literally, it was like a block from my house. My mom lived. And at midnight, I'm sitting out on my couch doing homework. And I get a phone call. How old were you? Kids were little. I think Jake was 12. So in my 40s, 30s, something. Keegan was just little. So probably in my 30s, late 30s. I can't remember when my mom got sick. Anyways, phone rings. 911 dispatch. I answer it. I think it was a flip phone.
I didn't even know that they could call
they could call you.
Huh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I answer, and she's like, hello, Becky. Or Rebecca. This is whoever she was from County Dispatch. Your mother is being transported to the hospital by ambulance. She is having cardiac issues. She wanted me to call you. Okay. So I know this is bad because my mom's always called me if there was an issue.
Yeah.
So I jump up off the couch. I go running into our bedroom. Well, we have this humidifier. And Vince, because he was so smart, the filter had gotten clogged. So he took, I don't know what he took, a towel, something, and put it on for like a filter. Okay, so all it was doing was spewing water into the air onto the floor.
Oh.
So I go running into our bedroom. My mom is dying, right? You know,
yeah.
At least I think she is. Hit that fucking water.
Oh, no.
Both feet out from underneath me. Phew! Bam! Flat on my back.
Oh my god.
I get up.
Was this before your back surgery?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I get up. It's probably part of my back surgery.
Oh my god.
So many times I've fallen that it's no wonder my back is totally screwed. There were times I fell on ice carrying Keegan as a baby, and I was too afraid because Vince didn't salt the steps. I was too afraid to drop my baby, so I just held on, and I went down straight on my tailbone. That was at least 3 times onto cement steps.
Dude.
And then I fell twice at the house right before my surgery. But anyways, so I get up and fucking slip again.
Oh,
boom,
no!
right on my back. Son of a bitch, you son of a... I was so mad. He's like, what's happening? I'm like, my mother is dying. I'm grabbing towels from wherever I can, throwing them on the floor. I'm like, you need to clean up this mess. Throw my clothes on, and yeah, I got over to my mom's, and the ambulance was there. And yeah, my mom was very ill. She had to be helicoptered. But yeah, no, here I am. Definitely 100%, both feet. Shoo, bam! Mm-hmm.
It's always the most inconvenient time.
Oh, dear Lord. So yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, kind of just laying there is my default reaction when I fall.
I think if I was... Well, yeah, for sure. I've done that. I fell on a hill coming out of work one day. Just a tiny little hill, but it was snowy. Boom, bam, ran my back, and I just laid there. I'm like, okay. When we were out looking for Eric, before we found that he had passed away, I tripped over a log I don't know if I ever told you this. I tripped
Did
over a
not.
log, went face first, bam, and just rolled over on my back. And so they all call me Turtle Becky because I was just like, I'm fine. It was raining. It was misting out there in the woods. I was in the national forest. My glasses were covered in water, so I just took them off because I couldn't see. I had nothing with me. I was not prepared to be out looking for someone in the woods. And I did. I tripped over a big log and went down, and then just rolled over. So my cousins, Owen and Becky and Brooke, all call me Turtle Becky. And Owen says that's the one good thing that came out of that situation, because it was not a good situation. But yeah, he can still laugh at me to this day about that.
Little moment of levity.
Yeah, that's when we got lost in the woods. That was fun. It was getting dark. I was not happy, but yeah.
You just be doing things.
I don't like to fall.
Having adventures.
Especially on my back. That scares me. But anyway.
I fall down the stairs leading up to my apartment at least twice a year.
You gotta stop doing that, because you're gonna end up having surgery at the age of whatever, 44, whatever I was, 45. Well,
I hope not.
I hope not too, because look at me now. Falling apart, people. I may not be here next week. You never know.
The thing that pisses me off is it's always when I'm on my way to work. So it's like it's the worst way to start out the day. And it's like I don't even want to fucking go anymore. It's like I like my job, okay? But when you start your day like that, it's like
Durfing it down the stairs.
Yeah, it's like fuck everything.
I couldn't live where you live. There's no way. I would sleep in that scary underworld there.
Yeah, I have a portal into the underworld.
It looks scary. I don't like it. It's so dark.
It is dark. I really do live in fear that one day I'll turn on the light, because you have to, there's an entryway and you have to walk about 10 feet before you get to the light switch, and it's pitch black until you get there. Like, there's nothing.
Why don't you get one of those lights that, like, turns on when you walk in there? That might be scarier, too.
I was going to say, that might be even scary. Like, it just flashes on and boom, there's someone standing there. Like, yeah, I don't know about that. I'll consider it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Today the pod, tomorrow the world. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks.